Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. We're going to take a look at the new Logitech G Cloud, which is a gaming handheld device tapping into cloud gaming and even on-device gaming as well, bringing it with you on the go. It does seem like we're going to be seeing more and more devices with this form factor. The Steam Link already came out, obviously with the Nintendo Switch, and even the upcoming Razer Edge, which I got an early hands-on with, so I got to check it out. More coming on that device soon, but for now I want to unbox the Logitech G Cloud. We're going to take a quick look at what comes inside, then of course get it all set up, run through, and play some games as well. Let's get started. Here's the Logitech G Cloud. On the front, they call it a gaming handheld. Flipping it over is just a quick preview of what it's going to look like. Let's open it up and see what we get. Keep playing. We are going to set our gaming handheld to the side for just a second, continue through. Inside we get our standard booklets. You even get a G sticker. You also get your charging cable, which is USB Type A to USB Type C. And finally, your power adapter, pretty small, using USB Type A. And on to what you came to see, the Logitech G Cloud. It does have a pre-installed screen protector that looks like it's made to be peeled off. It has a blue tab on the side. Also up at the top there is just a plastic sticker that we can peel off. At the top is where that power switch is, and we'll boot it up. And while it boots up, we're gonna take a closer look at what we get. So it is powered by Android, in case you didn't know. On the left side, you have your D-pad, one of your joysticks, a G button. We'll show off what that button does in just a second. Kind of a select button. Along the right side is just that start button, so to speak, A, B, X, Y. Another one of our joysticks, and a home button. Down at the bottom are bottom firing speakers, which is kind of nice because you don't cover them up at all with your hands, and they're not on the back, so the sound doesn't go away from you. It sort of comes towards you. You do get a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, nice to see. USB Type-C port for charging. Up towards the top, I do like the yellow accents that they have on the black and white for the Cloud. You have your L1, L2, which has a little bit of texture. Up there, volume rockers, your power switch. On the right side here is that micro SD card slot, so you can expand your storage. You do get 64 gigs of internal storage, but you can expand it if you'd like to. Obviously, you'll be doing a lot of cloud gaming, so you might not need as much. You also have an R2, R1 switch, and then flipping it over on the back, there is some grip here, a nice texture. There's just a G, and again, texture right here. So it is fairly comfortable to hold overall. This brings us to our sponsor of the video. Big thanks to Ugreen. They offer a lot of different products, including fast chargers. They have adapters and more, and a Black Friday deal sale going on, up to 40% off. I can link to all of these products down in the description of the video, even with a coupon code. First up, let's check out the Ugreen Nexode 100 watt charger. This is one I use all the time. It's a 4-in-1 GAN fast charger with 3 USB-C ports and a USB-A port, supplying up to 100 watts of power. This is a foldable plug, so it's great for travel as well. Maybe you don't need that much power or as many ports. This is the Ugreen Nexode 65 watt desktop charger. This comes with 2 USB Type-C, 1 USB Type-A port. This is also a foldable plug. You could fast charge your phone, tablet, laptop from a single charger. Again, great to have when traveling. And don't worry, they will protect your devices from heat damage with smart protection. Finally, something I always have on me is the Ugreen USB-C 7-in-1 adapter. This has all the options I need, including Ethernet, HDMI with 4K at 60 Hz support, an SD card slot for transferring all of the content that I capture, a 100 watt PD port, a TF slot, and a USB 3.0 port. Anyways, go check out Ugreen's Black Friday sale. All links in the description of the video below. So now that the Logitech G Cloud is booted up, we are going to run through the setup process. You can use the joystick, the buttons. However, this is also a touch screen. So we're gonna run through, talk about anything that's noteworthy. Obviously, since this is built on Android, you have the option to copy apps and data from your Google account, such as photos, contacts, etc. Signing in, you can use an old device, Android or iPhone. You do get the option to run tablet mode or handheld mode. Since this is basically an Android tablet, it's nice you do have that option. You can switch it later. We're gonna go with handheld mode because we are looking to play some games. All right, welcome. All your favorite PC console games in the palm of your hand. I'm gonna hit start. Designed for cloud gaming. I do want to make a note while running through the setup process, typing in passwords, all that stuff. There's a linear haptic motor, and it felt really good. So excited for the haptic feedback while gaming. So not only cloud gaming, you also have local streaming. If you have a desktop console in your house, I can stream off of my Xbox. In case you're wondering, to take a screenshot, press these two buttons, these upper right buttons at the exact same time, and it will take a screenshot for you. Anyways, let's continue through. Want to learn more? The magic G button, go to the messages tips for a detail. We'll just kind of press that and see what happens once we get to the home screen. So now that we're on the home screen, this UI looks really smooth actually going back and forth. We're going to press the G and see what happens. Looks like nothing happens on the menu. I think we might have to actually be in a game. First things first, this is a 7-inch IPS LCD display at 1080p. Now it does run at 60 hertz. Would have liked to have seen a higher refresh rate. I'm sure in future models you might start to see that more and more. It will drain battery more, it'll cost more. So we'll see what happens going forward. Diving into settings, Bluetooth settings. You don't just have to use the headphone jack. You can actually connect wirelessly to your headphones, airplane mode, display. They do have a ambient light sensor, so you can have adaptive brightness depending on the light that's in the room. Theme, wallpaper, kind of cool. You can customize it, fusion or mist. So not too many of those. Wallpapers, there's some preloaded ones you can choose from. Obviously, if you go into tablet mode, you're going to be able to dive into everything you can do with Android, such as, switching all those wallpapers, all that stuff. Sound, pretty standard. Battery here lets us know we have 93%. I'm going to show the battery in the status bar, which I don't think actually shows up if you're up here. I don't know if there's any gestures in this mode. It doesn't seem like it. So this is sort of built to work just with the controls, so you don't have to necessarily use any gestures or use the touch screen. You do have an option to remap buttons, which is kind of cool if you do have custom buttons set up for specific games. And down at the bottom, there's more settings where you can dive into Android settings, and it brings up an Android settings menu. So this is the menu you would see if you were in tablet mode. So you'll see going into display, you can turn a night light on or off, change your wallpaper. There's a lot more screen timeout, colors, all that good stuff. So it's nice that they do embed this settings menu even in this game mode. Pressing the home button will obviously take us back home. Now, one option you do have is Chrome, so you can browse the web, you can, go on YouTube, you can dive into the Play Store as well. With the Play Store, you get all your standard apps. So again, this is basically an Android tablet, as you can see, with that cloud gaming functionality built in and customizations with the keys. Let's try and press the G here. Doesn't seem to do anything, at least in the Play Store. Let's dive into some gaming. So, Xbox Steam Link is an option, GeForce Now. We're gonna do Xbox Cloud Gaming to start. Signed into my Microsoft account, and we can jump back into games that I consistently play. You can play games with touch, so you do have an option to play with the touch screen, most popular on the cloud. So let's dive into one that I really like, controller not detected, which is interesting. I'm going to continue anyways. I'm not exactly sure why that popped up, but I'm guessing it just doesn't realize it's connected to a controller. I don't think it's going to be an issue though. All right, I could not get any games to work. Couldn't figure out why it wasn't recognizing the joysticks, anything like that. So I went to Chrome, frequently asked questions, and go to system settings, accessibility, magnification. I haven't actually tried this yet. So what I want to do is just kind of show you the process. Just go into those Android settings I had shown earlier, accessibility, and there is magnification shortcut. I believe they said to turn that off. So I'm turning that off, going back home, and now let's try. It looks like you can't multitask like that, so you have to close Chrome to open your cloud gaming application. Okay, let's try this again. I hope it works this time. All right, moment of truth. Hey, there we go. So that was the solution. If you do run into that, that is the fix. I'm actually kind of glad that that happened to me. So in case any of you run into that, but let's see. You'll see I can just pick up. That's one great thing about cloud gaming is that I can just pick up where I left off without downloading anything. I do really like that, especially for single player games like this, which is a great visual game. I have a lot of fun playing this game, actually. It's one of my my go-tos. But you'll see everything is very snappy, quick, fairly responsive as well, especially with single player. Multiplayer is a little different for me, because you want everything to be really fast, snappy. The milliseconds matter when you're doing online multiplayer gaming. But with a game like this, you know, it still feels very responsive. I do really like it. Now, just as a quick test, if I go ahead and just press the, you know, select button, I can go to that. What happens if I press the G here? So the G acts as that Xbox button, bringing up, you know, my friends, all that good stuff, so I can game with them if I'd like to. Pressing the home button brings up the menu, but I do believe if I go to open up another app, it will actually have to close out of the Xbox. So let's say we wanted to switch over to GeForce Now Cloud Gaming. And yes, so I had to actually close out of the other application to open up another one. For a quick test, let's play some Forza, which I have going right here, just to show you a higher end game playing. I will say, while playing these games, it's been very comfortable. I like the way that it fits in my hands. The triggers are pretty satisfying to press overall, and the joysticks seem to be accurate, and there's a nice soft touch feel to the top of them with a little bit of grip. Don't forget, you do have the Play Store. You can install anything from their apps, such as social media apps, to browse, but you can take advantage of that internal storage and, you know, download games from the Play Store that, you know, might work with a controller. Finally, as a quick demo, let's check out Nvidia's GeForce Now. Just gonna run an Apex Legend game very quickly. All right, and here we go. Keep in mind, this is all over cloud gaming, so just kind of notice how quick it actually will respond to the joystick here. Let's, you know, go ahead and run around and see what it looks like. Oh, looks like we died right away. That's okay. I just wanted to show this as a, you know, concept of how well it runs. It's very smooth. Obviously, pretty dependent on your connection. I don't know why he's resing me there, but either way, it's pretty dependent on your connection. If I press home, and I do want to actually do some multitasking, I will have to close out of the specific app that I'm in. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Cancel, let's go back and hop back into the game. So the menu UI is actually pretty quick. You'll see, just looking around. But again, we're all good to go. Just wanted to show off, you know, this game. Finally, one last thing to do, I wanted to show it off, is actually switching over to tablet mode. So let's switch modes just so I can show you what it looks like, what you can expect out of it. It will be a standard Android look. And here we are. You can check your notifications, pull down bar, quick shortcuts, brightness. You have your home screen where you can change wallpapers. You can add shortcuts as well. Swiping up brings you to all of your apps. You can use the joystick and, you know, swap between applications, go to different things. However, it's probably just easier to use your finger because of the gestures. And if you do want to swap back, you can quickly press handheld mode and switch over. But anyways, that is it from me on the Logitech G Cloud. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Pretty exciting because, of course, these games run really well if you have a solid internet connection from cloud gaming. Let me know if this is something you're interested in, or potentially a future device form factor with a similar form factor. So let me know. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.